Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mags. So, of course, in this video, you may have guessed it by the title, I am talking about, of course, Geordie Mania, which has hit America. You've heard of Beatlemania? Well, this is Geordie Mania. Newcastle United has taken over the States, and the Americans are absolutely lapping it up. And this is exactly what we need to build our reputation of our club going forward. Of course, we've already got a very strong fan base over in the States, and that's quite evident by the pictures that are circulating around, of course, on social media, of course, of many Newcastle United fans, of course, from here in Newcastle, and of course, Newcastle United fans over in the States who are all flocking, of course, to Philadelphia for the game against Aston Villa in the first of course, the games in the summer series, the first of its kind as well, by the Premier League, of course, with this being the inaugural Premier League summer series. Newcastle United's been invited along with a bunch of other teams from the Premier League as well. And of course, Newcastle's got a game in Philadelphia on the Monday coming. And of course, then on the 27th, there is a game against Chelsea, then the game against Brighton to finish off the summer series. Hopefully, they will all go to plan. Hopefully, all the games will work out in, of course, our favour, in Newcastle United coming away with wins, hopefully, in them. And of course, the main focus as well is to get the players' fitness up to quick shape, ready for this season ahead, of course, with we're back in the Champions League as well. But enough of me rambling on. Let's look at some of these photos from many Newcastle United fans, of course, that have travelled across to the States for this Premier League summer series, and Newcastle United fans that are already living in the States as well. And of course supporting Newcastle United. So as you can see on screen, we've got John O'Hare, of course, a very popular Newcastle United fan from across over in the States. Of course, he's been Newcastle United into St James's Park quite a few times now, and he is quite a popular fan from over in the States. A very nice guy as well, always very polite to people when, of course, they go up to talk to him as well. And as you can see, he's posted a picture there with Keith Downey and Adam Pearson, who were also both across there, travelled across, of course, for the summer series. And they're all enjoying a nice night out the way last night, of course, in one of many Newcastle United friendly bars over there, where the fans in the States, of course, watch Newcastle United games when they can't attend the game at St James's Park. Then, of course, we've got another picture here from, of course, a father and his two sons from San Diego, of course, who are going to be making their way to Philadelphia to watch the game. This is what it's all about at the end of the day. This is exactly what it's all about. Father and son, or father and sons, making their way to watch their team, and bonding. That is what football was made for. It's a bonding sport, and this is just exactly it. This image really does cement that, it is a bonding sport and it is a beautiful game. Of course, Black and White Banter have made their way across there as well, standing in what looks to be Philadelphia's Main Street. Absolutely crazy as well. It's really, really busy over there, as you can see. Keith Downey, of course, posting some pictures of where Newcastle United will be playing against Aston Villa on the Monday for us, of course, because of it being the midnight kickoff here, of course, with the time difference. And that will be at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, home of the Philadelphia Eagles, of course, NFL side. And then, of course, we're seeing images as well of Joelinton, who managed to get himself the visa which he needed to get into the country to be able to take part, of course. And of course, we're seeing Newcastle put out the images of him being reunited with, of course, Eddie Howe, Mad Dog Tyndall, all the coaching staff, Jonesy, of course the players, and as you can see in this photo, you know, Jacob Murphy as well. They've just completely taken to the American sports as well, with the baseball mitt in hand, baseball caps, of course, because they did go and attend the Atlanta Braves game, of course. Atlanta Braves of the MLB, for anybody that's not a fan of baseball. And then, of course, we'll see, you know, you can't go to Philadelphia without doing it. And we've seen quite a few of Northeast journalists and many Newcastle fans that have travelled across there, of course, to go to them famous steps in Philadelphia where Sylvester Stallone ran up as Rocky Balboa up the steps. And of course, we've seen many journalists, like I say, Keith Downey here has got one up on his Twitter, of course, of him doing it. Adam Pearson also running up the steps. We've seen Lee Ryder running up the steps as well. So you can't go to Philadelphia without doing that. Of course, also getting a picture next to the Rocky statue as well. It's an iconic piece of history, and of course, when you go there, you've got to do it. So fair play to them for doing that. I was looking forward to actually seeing if any of the Newcastle journalists or if Adam Pearson would do that, and he has done it, so fair play. It is nice to see that, of course, they are taking the chance to do something that, you know, you wouldn't normally get to do because we live so far away from Philadelphia. So as you can see, it's just completely and utterly Newcastle mad over in the States, and that's just absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see we take on Aston Villa in the game. Hear that atmosphere, of course, from the American fans in Philadelphia, and then of course we'll see Newcastle take on Chelsea and Atlanta, which is of course one of Newcastle's twin cities, of course, which is really, really interesting to have found that out. That Atlanta is one of Newcastle's twin cities. Also, Newcastle in Australia is also another twin city of Newcastle's as well. So it's going to be really, really great to see these matches. I can't wait to see them, and I hope you have all liked this video. If you have, please hit a like on it. Please consider subscribing to the channel as well, as it does help the channel to grow. If you want to join the membership, then it is $1.99 a month. You get perks of course, a shout out on the channel once a month, and of course you get priority replies to your comments going forward, as long as you are a member of the channel. Like I say, it's only $1.99 a month, and that is deducted from your account once a month. And also, if you don't want to go down that path, then of course you can just donate to the channel by the super thanks down below. Any donations are welcome, and of course all is appreciated. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one, and however that's.